But this is why we said all off season that there's never been a number one pick that has gone into a better situation than Caleb Williams going to the Chicago Bears this offseason, because he was bad and the Bears won. That is a game that we lose by 30 with Justin Fields 2 years ago when the Bears defense was terrible. That is a game that would have the entire locker room and in the franchise being like, man, we're so bad. But the defense and special teams afford Caleb Williams the chance to have the rocky games and knowing that they will be able to win a couple games themselves.
Hey, before we get going today, we want to talk about the beer sponsor of this show. You guys already know, the great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Boy, celebratory Millers were in order after yesterday's win.
They were like a calm down Miller as well.
Yes.
Yeah, just sit, collect your thoughts, decompress. Miller was there for us.
It was great. Went to Bird's Nest for Sunday Night Football.
Oh, that's nice.
It was
Did you get
awesome.
some wings and some beer?
Got some
That's
wings.
an elite combo right there.
Got some Miller Lite. It's a great combo. So listen, a lot's changed over the years. One thing that hasn't, the great taste of Miller Lite. It's great taste. It's less filling. They sparked that debate in 1975. They haven't settled it. But listen, all that matters is they keep it simple. It's undebatable quality. Great taste, only 96 calories. It's a beer that strips away everything you don't need and holds on to what matters most. A light beer that tastes like beer, less filling and only 96 calories. The original light beer since 1975. Great thing is you don't have to choose what's best because Miller Lite has great taste and is less filling. Tastes like Miller time. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/midshow, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. Make sure you celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories per 12 ounces. Fewer calories and carbs than premium regular beer.
Okay, the Bears are 1-0. I forgot if did we name this show yet?
I have a suggestion.
Oh, okay.
And it
the Bears are 1-0. Welcome in, everyone. That was the beginning. Yeah, but go ahead.
You know how your favorite band is just the band?
Yeah.
Can we just call it the show? I know it's
that's
no
too much.
way it's taken. It's got to be available.
The show's got to be. No, but that's
so,
baseball.
I know, but it's just, it doesn't have to be. It can just be, or the
podcast
or the.
Why do my ears sound like everything is bad? Am I too high in my ears?
Fuzzy.
Either way, the Bears are 1-0. I like the show, but I think there's a pretty popular video game that.
Yeah. But
we should call this podcast Call of Duty.
I like that too.
That is
our Call of Duty.
That would be sick. Yeah. The Bears are 1-0. That's the big story here. It feels good. We all watched the game together. We're going to recap it. We're going to do some voicemails. Holy shit, did the Bears offense and Caleb Williams in particular look bad, but the Bears are 1-0.
Yeah.
I mean, where do we want to start? Do we want to start with the positives or the negatives? I feel like we should start with the positives. We're 1-0.
Yeah.
Like, we're 1-0. That feels good.
Better than the alternative.
Yeah.
Better than the alternative. And also, I said this afterwards, and then I said it on PMT, but this would have been the longest week of our lives if the Bears didn't win this game, because the narrative was set. Caleb was bad. There's no like, I'm not going to sit here and be like excuses. He was bad. He looked bad. I don't think he's going to be bad, but he was bad for week one. So it would have just been a shit storm for all of us. But the Bears are 1-0, and the defense and special teams, which, I mean, that's a Bears team we've watched forever.
It was every Bears win I've ever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That was a very familiar feeling, being like, we need the defense to get us another one.
Anyone who's upset is crazy.
Yeah,
like we're in the midst of the Blackhawks got the number 2 pick. The White Sox are about to be historically bad. The Cubs are the biggest honey dickers in the league, and then of course the Bulls are in no man's land.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're 1-0, just be happy.
And the Sky are just going for doubles all the time. For rebound titles.
That's
for
a
injuries.
storyline.
No, I agree, Eddie. This is why now we obviously are very excited about Caleb, and people will make fun of that. I don't care. I'm going to root how I want to root. But this is why we said all off season that there's never been a number one pick that has gone into a better situation than Caleb Williams going to the Chicago Bears this offseason, because he was bad and the Bears won. That is a game that we lose by 30 with Justin Fields 2 years ago when the Bears defense was terrible. That is a game that would have the entire locker room and the franchise being like, man, we're so bad, but the defense and special teams afford Caleb Williams the chance to have the rocky games and knowing that they will be able to win a couple games themselves.
Yeah, he was horrible. He sailed a bunch of passes and, just didn't look crisp at all. But I expected him to just not jump in and be awesome. So that's why I honestly want to hear from White Sox Dave, who said from his first snap would be a top 12 to 16 quarterback.
I did not.
That's not exactly what he said.
He did. He said
this year.
I would be surprised that after 17 games, assuming he plays a full slate of games, that he will be right there. That is my expectation. I did not expect this. That he was bad yesterday. He was fully bad. Like Dan said, I do think that, and I think it's kind of a blessing and a curse in a way, because it's good that they edged out that dub. They got the week 1 win. I think that you only have a finite amount of those kind of wins.
Oh, of course. But he's not going to play.
Kind of waste that in week 1. It's like,
no, but
he can't.
He's not going to play that bad.
No, I know. That's
and if he does, then he's just bad. Like that. That's the thing. Like that is going to be hopefully one of the worst games, if not the worst game that he plays all season. So you're right. Like, you can't expect the defense and special teams to do what they did on Sunday every single game. That would be crazy. That's actually very similar to, I always get my years wrong. Was it the 2013 Bears when we were like 8-1 and we had like 25 turnovers, and that it was that Titans game, remember?
Yeah.
When we were just, and it was like, this is eventually going to turn. We're not going to return every pick six. We're not going to have all these plays. Like, it's going to turn, and it's going to be bad when it turns, and then it turned. So you're right. Like, you can't sustain that. But I don't think you can play worse than Caleb played
and that's
on
just
Sunday.
With like those deep passes that he missed, and there were bad misses too, a couple of them. That's all the kind of shit that you never heard that was an issue for him. So I think it's just like it's going to be an overnight fix, and he's going to start.
Like he'll just hit that one to Keenan Allen.
Yeah, that's like week 1 jitters, first ever start in the NFL.
Oh, I think he was nervous.
I absolutely think he was nervous.
He says bad. I don't like. They were misses. They weren't Mitch bad.
That first miss,
they weren't Mitch
he
bad.
missed by like 10 yards, Ed.
No,
it was a
he was
horrible,
juiced up.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen also dropped a touchdown.
That's also true.
Which, obviously it doesn't make it doesn't, if Keenan Allen catches that touchdown, it's not like, oh my God, Caleb Williams is great, but it does change the narrative a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think what happened with Caleb, I think the Titans defense is better than we thought.
Yep.
Especially up the middle, yes.
Up the middle.
Yes.
Our offensive line has to be figured out, which I think they were trying to figure out during the game because they were rotating guys, which you don't see very often. If I had the hiccups. There was no injury, and they were rotating guys. I think was it Nate Davis played 18 snaps, came in for Ryan Bates, no injury there. I think they're trying to figure out. I think they're going to probably move Bates to center, which I hope happens on Sunday night.
Coleman Shelton was.
That was the worst.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
They have a highlight reel on Reddit. It's like, fuck it, Coleman Shelton highlights. That was legitimately, I mean, how many offensive snaps do they have? 80 or whatever?
And there was
unbelievably
the one thing that every quarterback struggles with is pressure up the middle. Like if you have pressure up the middle, everything falls apart almost instantly because you have to move. And then you got to get guys on the edge to block in space.
Throws off all
so Coleman Shelton he can't be the center on Sunday night.
No.
Like, that's why it's okay for Bears fans to put their hand up and be like, hey, the whole offensive side was pretty much bad.
Oh, yeah.
The interior line was bad.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen had a huge drop. Rome had at least one drop. And Waldron, the packages were kind of weird. Komet.
The packages were so weird.
I don't understand that.
Gerald Everett playing 7 more snaps than Cole Kmet was stunning. And
I like Gerald Everett, but you can't. In no world is Gerald Everett better than Cole Kmet. And if you want to make the argument the offensive line is really bad and you need an extra blocker, Cole Kmet is a better blocker. And if you want to really make that argument, Mercedes Lewis should be the blocker.
Yeah.
And he only played 9 snaps. So that was as confusing gets.
Yeah. So the situation that we thought Caleb was walking into wasn't so great of a situation in week 1.
It looks sloppy.
It really wasn't. They couldn't run the ball. No.
At
the end of burn clock, they had to run a bunch of plays off the end, off the side. Yeah, exactly.
That he waited perfectly for.
Yes.
That was DJ Moore made a couple plays.
It couldn't go between the tackles.
Yeah. No, the offensive line was bad, but again, it's like Caleb looked off. The offense was bad overall. I agree with you, Eddie. Like, it was just a bad performance overall. You can't expect. You're not going to be able to beat a Titans or a Texans team on Sunday night with that offensive performance. Nope. Will Levis just played worse than Caleb because that's the one thing you could say positive with Caleb is he didn't lose the ball.
That was going to be my point. So it was as bad as can be, but he didn't lose you the game.
Right.
With like a crippling turnover, which is something that we've always seen forever here. So the decision making also probably not horrible. Like, he wasn't accurate, but he took care of. He didn't turn the ball over.
Correct.
So,
yeah, he didn't lose us the game, which that was the type of game where, like, if he threw one pick, it could have been over.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was disappointing to watch. I guess we just went negative first. I don't know why. We just accidentally just fell into just doing a negative recap. But more than anything, I think that even if you saw it afterwards, like, Caleb was talking and he was just like, shout out the defense, special teams, they had my back. And then I can't remember who jumped in and was like, we got you on this one. Like, that was a win that the locker room needed, where it's like, hey, this is different than last year. This is different than what we've watched for the last decade, where it's like, if the quarterback doesn't play perfect, because the defense has been bad pretty much. Yeah. I mean, obviously 2018 we were a great defensive unit, but like that 1 year, and then you have to go all the way back to Lovey. Like, so it's great to see a defense be able to support a quarterback and win you a game like this.
And you're right, his attitude. I'm not making excuses for him, but people were in his face within 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And if you look at a guy's body language, let's say Deshaun Watson, that wasn't Caleb.
No.
You know, that wasn't Caleb at all, which is good.
Yeah, agreed. So I expect the offense to be better. The defense was phenomenal. Ryan Poles did it again. Now, Ryan Poles deserves. I'm the biggest Ryan Poles fan probably in the world. Not being able to figure out the center position is a problem, an ongoing problem that needs criticism. But getting Darrell Taylor, on August 25th, that guy was fucking.
He was a factor.
Incredible. He had 2 sacks. He had that one play, that the strip sack where he just walked off like the Joker, walking, away from the hospital blowing up. That was awesome. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the secondary, we know the secondary is elite. And it was great to see the defense just do what we expected. They had so much pressure from everywhere, which we didn't have a lot of last year. And it was great because that we expected this. I when we did the show last week, I said one of the things that I'm nervous about is the defense as good as I think they are, because they didn't play great quarterbacks down the stretch. Now, we didn't really learn it from Will Levis, but they at least are proving that if you're not an elite quarterback, they will eat you alive.
Yeah.
Well, there was a stretch there too where the Bears defense shut them down like very stout the first 2 drives.
Yeah.
And then the Titans made adjustments. They moved to a lot of play action, and Levis and they were able to move the ball to the field, and that's when they scored 14 points.
Yeah.
And then credit to Eberflus again. They came out in the second half to drew up more blitzes, and they adjusted. Yeah, I would like to see them adjust after that first drive, but whatever. We'll take it.
Yeah. Velus Jones needs to get out of my life.
Oh, my God.
I'd
rather have you guys back there.
No one's ever been given more passes for just being fast.
That's all he is.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, he can't play wide receiver. Well, let's throw him in as a running back. Let's just switch his position because we need him as a core special teams guy. And then after one kick, he's off of that unit.
And DeAndre Carter was awesome. He had that huge return.
Yeah. At some point, like, where do they not sit there and be the risk is not worth the reward?
It should have been a long time ago. Should have been the game, the Vikings game when he had those mistakes.
Yeah, but this is like the girl that they think is going to change. They're going to change, and nothing is going to be different.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
She is who she is.
So last week, Eddie said, he made a good point. He said that if the season goes to complete shit for some reason, he has a feeling it's going to be because Velus Jones kind of parky something, but I think it's probably good that we got that muffed kick out of the way in week 1 because he's not going to be in a position to do that anymore.
I also don't think I've ever seen a muff kick like that.
No.
I honestly
punted 25 yards forward.
He's got some bad luck. I mean, yes, he has sucked and he's fumbled constantly, but like I know he's not doing that in practice because he wouldn't be getting these shots. He has to be doing something.
He's also like 28 years old.
Yeah, he is
What
older.
are you waiting for?
Yeah.
But I would say that the usage on offense too, like Travis Homer, Khalil Herbert, and Velus Jones each had 2 carries apiece.
Yeah.
So I thought we were all kind of in agreement. Khalil Herbert's decent back. He was out of the offense.
Roshan was inactive.
A healthy scratch. Yeah.
Did not see that coming.
Yeah, overall, I mean, like I said, I'm very happy they won this game because it would have been horrendous.
Doom would have been setting in because the Colts didn't look bad either. That's your week 3.
Yeah, no, Anthony Richardson. I have Anthony Richardson fans up my ass because I said that he's electric in his deep passes, but he completed 9 passes.
He's toolsy. Yeah.
I understand why you would want to take the risk on him because he makes throws that no one else can make. But either way, that's neither here nor there. This upcoming game against the Texans is going to be quite the test because the Texans, with Joe Mixon now, like they didn't have a elite running game last year, and they had 160 yards with Joe Mixon. Yeah. And they have guys that, like, our secondary is going to be tested. Probably if you look at the schedule, it's probably the number 1 test they're going to have because they have 3 guys that are all elite pass catchers. And CJ Stroud's awesome. So the defense is gonna. I don't think it's gonna. The defense isn't gonna have the day they had on Sunday against the Texans.
Well, that's where you hope, like, because guys did step up, and that's what we needed for the defense to be good, right?
Right.
Like you said, Darrell Taylor, Dexter at a sack.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Walker had that big play at the end where he rushed Levis, and then Levis threw the dumb pick.
Yep.
So that's exactly what the Bears needed on defense to make this a good unit. So this is an even bigger test this week. So
yeah. I just want Caleb to look a little bit more calm.
Well, and that was the thing that we all said before him was like we can accept 7 and 10 or whatever it was as long as Caleb looked
lighting it up.
Yeah, and we got the opposite.
Right,
we got,
exactly.
Like the same old Bears.
It was the exact same old Bears.
But like I said, like he hits that throw. That's not a throw he misses.
The one to Keenan?
Yeah.
Well, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like those couple deep passes, like that is a throw that he will hit moving forward. And that's why I like if you're looking at it just at a glance from the box score, you're same old Bears. Like I don't see it like that.
Yeah, and it's like you want him to see it too. Like he saw it. And there are like other ones. I think there was one over the middle of DJ Moore for a first down that he missed by like 4 yards. It seems like the timing and like the familiarity just isn't quite there.
One thing in real time that was pissing me off were all the batted balls because to me that's a sign of poor footwork and mechanics, and that's something that is like that shouldn't slumper. Kind of, you shouldn't. You can control that consistently. I'm watching these highlights now of Coleman Shelton. Every batted ball down is because of Coleman Shelton.
Yeah,
he just had a guy like balls. It's unbelievable. This guy doesn't. I'm watching this on repeat right now. He's not even putting a hand.
I don't know how he
on these 3 tacks
for the Rams.
How
went to the playoffs?
We got this guy to be an upgrade.
Yeah.
What's Cody Whitehair up to?
That's the problem.
He was brutal last year. Like he's on the streets, I'm sure.
This is the one thing. Like Ryan Poles, like I said, the moves he's made have been incredible. The Darrell Taylor trade is incredible, already showing like that was a genius move. But the center position has been a problem for his entire being here, and they haven't upgraded it. And that was one of the things we talked about last week was the offensive line, and they were bad. And again, this is not saying that Caleb Williams deserves an excuse, but if you're a rookie quarterback, you need to have at least a little more of a chance. He did get rid of the ball a lot faster than he was in the preseason, which I know people were worried about.
Yeah,
like it's kind of like Justin Fields where he doesn't get rid of the ball. He did get rid of the ball a lot faster on Sunday. There was the stat, I don't know if you guys saw, but Fields and Caleb had 20 drives on Sunday, and they had 0 touchdowns. So that was something.
Well, that was the thing, too, like having Jerry over our shoulder, like cheering for Jussie, and it was like, it would be nice if he just didn't look great today.
Yeah. I mean, he looked like he always looked.
Yeah.
He made some plays with his feet, and there wasn't anything that was like, oh, my God, he's a totally different guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we said, it feels like we're making excuses because we keep saying not making excuses for him, but
no
the red zone watchers just couldn't see certain things that we watched the whole game on, right? Like Blossom game. It's your job. You're only there to hit that block, and he whiffs on it.
Yeah.
He played, one play?
Listen, the rookie quarterbacks are their first starts, there's a list of guys. It got so bad at halftime, I was going through the list. It was like Aikman, Marino, Elway, all these guys who lost their first start. Bo Nix looked really bad on Sunday.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels looked better than the other two, than Caleb and Bo Nix, but like it's hard to be thrown in week one of an NFL season, your rookie year. It's not an excuse. He was bad.
Yes.
He was not good. But you just hope that the roller coaster, you won the game, and you hope the roller coaster kind of corrects itself and he gets better and finds his footing on Sunday night against the Texans.
Hey, let's take a quick break to talk about DraftKings. TD Tutty taking it to the house, in for 6. Whatever you call it, a touchdown's one thing for sure. And touchdowns matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, on the ground, in the air, from the special teams or defense. We don't care how they score them. We want to bet on touchdowns, and DraftKings Sportsbook is the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Are you ready to place your first NFL bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your bet today. I'm browsing it right now, Chief. I'm browsing it right now.
See anything you like?
Listen, Brandon Ayuk plus 170. A lot of controversy with him all year. Was he going to play? Were they going to get the deal done? Who knows? I think he comes out, and I like that number at plus 170. I'm going to go with him. Anything you like?
Yeah, there is. I don't feel comfortable saying it out loud.
Well, now you have to. That's against the rules. You can't do that.
He doesn't.
I think Aaron Rodgers is going to show off his legs a little bit tonight.
Oh, okay. What is that at? Plus 1,000.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Dip
Yeah.
your toes in a long shot.
Is it because he did those ancient healing things
Probably.
in like the Amazon rainforest? You're good, Daniel.
You're good. Come on in.
We're
Come on
talking
in.
some Aaron Rodgers.
If you're ready to do a touchdown dance of your own, new DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $250 in bonus bets instantly and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code MID. That's code MID for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets. When you bet, just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. I also want to talk about Beard Guyz. Step up your beard game and unleash your beast with Beard Guyz. Hair on your face is different from hair on your body. Specific products are needed. Beard Guyz has products that wash, hydrate, and help to style your beard. Start your day off right with a 2-in-1 wash and tame, a wash and conditioner combo that is meant to cleanse and condition your beard. It's citrus scent. We all got beards in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a confession.
Yeah.
I ran out, started using other stuff. I was breaking out everywhere. Just not healthy skin on
What's
the
with
face.
all those zits on your face?
Dude, I don't know, but it's
You
like,
going through puberty again?
maybe I'll have a full beard by the time I'm done with this. But no, I think it was because I switched product. It went away from Beard Guyz.
That's what you
and
get.
good.
That's
Yeah.
your fault.
Yeah.
Good. Hydrate with beard and hydrate the beard with some beard oil. The beard oil helps soften and moisturize the beard and skin. Lock in that beard and style it with some matte styling clay. The product is kaolin clay to help keep your beard in place and can be used for your hair as well. It's good stuff. So whether you're a seasoned vet or a rookie beginning the bearded journey, Beard Guyz is a brand for your beard. All right, let's get back into the show. And I should note, not so fast, you can get your Beard Guyz at your local Walmart and Walgreens.
Everyone's got one of those nearby.
Yes, exactly. Now let's get back into the show. Yeah.
And then he's going to.
We'd be remiss not to shout out Hardy. That was monster block.
Daniel Hardy, yeah.
Great opportunity there for Owens, scoop and score.
Incredible.
Like that changed the whole momentum of the game.
Yeah, that was
the game.
Old school
Yeah.
Bears, where it felt like the Monday Night Football game against the Cardinals. Where it was like, we got to figure out something else.
Yeah, that was exactly what it was.
Yeah, and they didn't give up too. 17-0. Like, that's a game that culture wise, the Bears the last couple of years would have been like, all right, pack it in, it's over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, no, that Nagy years like that game's dead and gone.
Yeah.
Dead and gone. And then Santos, man.
Oh,
like there were a few times
hell.
there.
Yeah.
I think it was a 48 and a 50 yarder maybe.
I got
And, like,
nervous because I slipped right before one of the kicks. I was like, I don't know, man. I just trust him so much. He's just so nails. And he did make it because I was like, this is going to be a really bad moment on the stream if he misses. But he is. He's nails.
But
and that's a huge part. And Torrey Taylor. Like they are built.
Yeah, he was good. Yep.
The edges of like the three phases is real, and Brian Pohl's done a really good job making sure the third phase is an asset, not something that detracts from us. Because you don't win those type of games if your special teams isn't really, really good, and they were really, really good.
Yeah, and he was known as being like pretty automatic 40 in. It's just that 40 and back where he gets a little shaky, and he nailed him.
Yeah.
with ease. So that was good. That was good.
What else?
What are you? I guess. What are you guys looking for? Like, what are you looking for the most in this week 2 game? Because
I think it's going to be a very tough game. I have it as a loss in my head, so I'm going into it with those expectations. So if we somehow win, it's going to be, I'm going to be over the moon. I just would like to see Caleb be able to move the ball and like get, a good drive where he feels confident early on in the game. So it feels like, hey, because that's the thing is like the defense, as good as they are, they're going to need to see something where they don't have to, because it's all complimentary football. Like the reason why Caleb didn't have to panic and didn't make mistakes is because the defense had his back.
Yep.
It has to go the other way too, where the defense is like, hey, we don't have to play a perfect game to win this game. We can have our mistakes too, and Caleb will pick us up. And that's kind of what I'm looking for, is for the defense to get a little help from the offense, where they now don't feel like they have to make 0 mistakes, otherwise they're going to lose the game.
Mm-hmm. You guys have anything?
Yeah, I was more confused watching that game than I couldn't believe that Cole Kmet had no real role in the offense when he's been, they just paid him the big money. He's a captain of the team, only 27 snaps. And then even when Keenan Allen went out, you would think that, all right, we're going to go too tight. We're still going to be able to throw the ball. And then they brought in DeAndre Carter. Like Carter got those Keenan Allen snaps. So it's like, this is not Waldron is under an evaluation period as well, and it was like, I don't know if that was his best game. Maybe he's still getting used to what he had Gerald Everett before, so maybe there was like some familiarity, like I know what this guy can do, I can put him in these situations to have success. But I was like, what even is this offense?
That's exactly what mine is. Waldron, like I'm still trying to feel this guy out, because was that just a scheme because the Titans are so good up front, or like what are we in for here? Now
I will say this, not in defense of Shane Waldron, but this is more of a big picture thing. Offense on Sunday was bad everywhere. Mm-hmm. So I had the stat. Tua was the only quarterback over 300 yards. And then there were only 3, so including Tua, there were only 3 quarterbacks total who had over 250. It was a bad
league wide. It was an awful,
it was a really and I think this is part of the training camp changing. I think it's the less preseason. Just offenses in September look really bad. Yeah. So I'm hoping that it's more like, hey, when they get more on the same page, things will start clicking better, and you can't walk away from week 1 being like, man, everything is shit and it's not going to get fixed.
And that's why, like, to answer Ed's question, that's why I'm excited moving forward, because like watching that game, and I've watched a decent amount of the replay. That's all shit that I think you can just fix week to week.
Yeah.
It looks sloppy. Like, timing on snaps and everything. There was a couple times when Williams looked like he wasn't ready to receive to me, that's just like familiarity and reps, week to week. So I think if you clean just the base stuff up, the rest will follow suit, moving the ball through the air downfield. Obviously, there's the black hole up the middle of the offensive line, but that's the
only counter I'd argue to that is Coleman Shelton's not going to turn it all in Cruz.
No.
I do think they're going to change the offensive line going into Sunday.
I hope so.
They have.
What do you do?
Yeah.
You make a trade? You fucking call Richie Incognito? I don't know what you do at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you have to move. You have to get Coleman Shelton out. I mean, part of getting Ryan Bates was he played center. He played some center in Buffalo, and you're hoping that he can play center here. And it's just you have to figure it out fast, because continuity matters for the offensive line. The fact that they were rotating offensive linemen without an injury shows you that something is off, and they're trying to figure it out on the fly.
Yeah, I was kidding about Incognito, to be clear, but
he would probably be
maybe an upgrade.
He wouldn't go for a triple team and leave a
I think
linebacker.
Balls would be an upgrade.
But that's where Nate Davis, like, what a disappointment.
Yeah, I think Nate Davis is. If I wrote it down, I think that it would be if I don't know shit about shit, but if it were me, I would do Braxton Jones, Tevin Jenkins, so starting left, going right. Ryan Bates at center, Matt Pryor at right guard, and then Darnell Wright. That would be my starting offensive line on Sunday night.
Yeah.
I don't know if it fixes everything, but I just think that would be your best chance to have a better unit than what we saw on Sunday.
I also feel like it is appropriate to say that this is truly year one.
Yeah.
So, like, they do have another first-round pick next year. They have 2 seconds. Like,
It looks like they're going to have the 33rd pick.
Yeah, the Panthers are awful. But so, like, I'm sure polls when we were going through those hard knocks, we were saying, like, do we want to make the move here for Juden? Because it's going to put us over our guardrails. Like, maybe this is where, like, hey, this is a 4-year project with Caleb, 4 to 5 year project.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, that's right. It was a goofy analogy about the car getting you through the winter, but I truly think that's what it is with this team. We're going to get 2 high picks next year.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of cap space still. Like,
and he made the Daryl Taylor move, which I know, like, that he's 5 years younger than Matthew Judon. I know that he needs a contract too. Like, so that was that. Obviously, it's 1 week, but he was more impactful than Matthew Judon against the Steelers. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I mean, that seems like a pretty good move so far that he decided to trade. What was this, sixth rounder?
Yeah, it was a 6th rounder.
Yeah,
instead of a 3rd for Judon. So he's made a lot of really, really good moves. My theory still stands that he did the Chase Claypool deal to get everyone off the scent, and like other GMs think he's an idiot.
So
because every move after that has been great.
Yeah,
it's true.
Right? Like I think you don't get the Panthers move if you don't trade Chase Claypool and have everyone be like, this guy's an idiot. You can take him for granted. Yeah. That's how I spun it in my head.
Yeah, listen, I'm sold as Brian Poles as a person after Hard Knocks. I guess I'm not as in on him as you are when it comes to being the general manager for the Bears.
Really?
Well, that's not to say I'm out. That's not to say I'm out. But I'm not like everything is like every move is awesome.
But it's year 3 for him.
Yeah, no, he's still like it's still
completely dismantle this team. There's
I'm not like
couple of holes left to be done, and there is there's a path ahead to fill those holes.
Definitely.
he's been pretty good in the draft too.
Yeah. I mean things are good so far, but there's definitely been misses too.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's doesn't have a blemish on their record though. Sure. Everybody does.
No, what was the the Ravens, that Ravens draft. What was it? The 22 that was like, I don't know, someone posted the other day.
Was that the Lamar and Kyle Hamilton?
Not Lamar. Obviously Lamar's been there for a while, but the their draft, and like that's one of those drafts you're gonna look back and be like, this might have been one of the greatest drafts ever. It was I don't know why I'm even pulling this up just to torture ourselves, but I'm going to do it because the Ravens are kind of that professional. Yeah, it was Kyle Hamilton, Linderbaum, Ojabu, Travis Jones, Filet. They had 6 picks in the 4th round. Isaiah Likely. I mean, that was a crazy draft. They got it's like
he
studs
looks like a player
everywhere
now too. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do voicemails. So everyone, we tweeted out the number, so everyone keep sending us voicemails. We'll do voicemails every Monday. You can send them in the middle of the game. I think we have a couple voicemails from halftime, right?
Oh yeah, we have a few.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So hit up the voicemails during the game, after the game. We want to hear from everyone, react to them. All right, go ahead. Yeah, let's hit the voicemails.
You Bears fans are so fucking stupid. Just listening to the podcast, that big dumb idiot White Sox Dave in chief, thinking it's going to be anything different. You guys are so fucking dumb. You're stupid. You are idiots, all of you. Especially that big dumb White Sox Dave. Ever thought this was going to be a different season? You are all fucking so dumb.
Oh man!
So that's right when everything was going south. Obviously, they were giving it to us.
Yeah, I think that was during the stream when I was like, "Can you deactivate your Twitter and still like own your Twitter name?" Because I was thinking about it, because I was the mentions that I had were just it was just
annihilation.
I was that meme of like the guy in war with like the chopper in the background. That was me just looking at my mentions during the game.
Can I say something also? Even when they were down big in the first half, I'm like, I thought they were going to win that.
I bet a money line at half.
I thought they were going to win.
Oh, I didn't.
I was sitting in the Compton Hall of Fame taking a shit, and I'm like, I'm betting a money line. It's plus 380.
Yeah.
I had that weird feeling they were going to come back.
Yeah.
I can't say the same.
I can't say the same.
Yeah.
And they covered the spread, which is insane.
Crazy. Yeah.
Also that.
Yeah, if you had Titans and Rams on Sunday,
Oof.
I feel very bad for you.
That's
very,
a tough,
very bad.
tough way to end.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, I'm just calling about the dumb fucking tweet Chief made saying that Caleb Williams is already better than Lamar fucking Jackson. Dumbest fucking thing that could have ever been tweeted. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that is dumb.
Yeah, but
Chief is a dumb guy.
Hold on.
I actually agree with that caller.
That was
That's a really dumb tweet.
That was a troll in the middle of that game. Now, I'm not a Lamar Jackson guy, and I don't think at this moment I would trade Caleb for Lamar straight up.
Okay.
So it's like half. It's like half.
That's
troll.
dumb.
Why?
Lamar Jackson's a 2-time MVP.
How much money does he make?
I understand that, but he's a 2-time MVP. Caleb Williams, I hope will get there, and I believe he'll get there. But if you're saying right this second,
Lamar
Jackson's a 2-time MVP.
All things being equal, his age, the contract.
But this is where we have to have a little bit of discipline. We have to have some self-discipline and just realize that we all in this room believe in Caleb Williams and I think he's going to be great, but we can't say he's great until he's great. That's fair. We have to wait till he's great and then be like, hey, he's
Welcome
great.
to the room.
Yeah.
Fine. But watching that game against the Chiefs, when it's like, if it's not backyard football, if he can't play on time, it's not great for Lamar. Like
Two-time MVP.
Two-time MVP, sure.
It's hard to do.
He played his ass off.
It's really hard to do.
Do you like watching him play quarterback?
I don't know if you know what MVP means, best player.
Yeah,
in the league.
voted on by a bunch of squid journalists. I don't fucking care. I'm with Portnoy said it too. I just don't. I watch him and I'm like, that's what we hoped Justin Fields would be. I'm hoping for more of like a real quarterback.
But if you're saying, would I rather have Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow than Lamar Jackson, I'd agree, yes.
Yes.
Caleb Williams still hasn't proven anything.
No, of course.
So we have to remember that and wait till he proves something.
Yes.
That's the hypothetical, though. Like, if I think I would err with Chief on this.
That
if you
doesn't
take
make
everything.
Guys, he won the MVP twice.
I understand.
He's going to be in a year, if he shows what I think he's going to show, then I would agree with you. Let's let him show it once.
Yeah.
Sure.
In a regular season game.
Yeah. No, that was like, I was trying to poke the bear of the Ravens fans. Yeah. In real time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
This message is for Prep School Chief. Suck my dong, boy! All that NIU slander over the years finally coming back around. It's really tough to tell what's more fake, Notre Dame being a good team or you being a Notre Dame alumni. Better luck next year, pal.
Oh.
Go Dogs!
He palled you. And
we should talk about Notre Dame real quick.
We have to.
Let's.
That's
I'm
bad.
like
That
trying to
was
think
bad.
who the next coach is going to be.
The thing that I still can't get over is, and this goes for Michigan too, which Michigan obviously they won the national title, so it's a little different. But how are you Notre Dame and you don't get a quarterback? It makes no sense.
Oh, they thought they had one.
I know,
Yeah.
but how do you think that like Riley Leonard? They did the same thing with Sam Hartman. A guy who lights it up in the ACC is not going to be able to play the same football at Notre Dame.
Why not, though? I think they should.
Should be able to play it well enough to beat Northern Illinois.
Sam Hartman ran a very specific, the slow mesh offense at Wake Forest that was, and Riley Leonard, he's a dog, but he's not a passer.
No.
He wasn't a passer at Duke.
No, he's
I
an
really
athlete.
liked him, though. I thought he was a good.
Yeah, because he's a gamer, and you can
Yeah.
and you're like, oh man, Duke football. But Notre Dame should be playing at a different level than Duke football. No offense to Duke football, but they're not.
They're not.
That was, and Marcus Freeman. I mean, I don't know what he was doing with. Did they still have a timeout left? I heard that the NBC might have fucked that up. The graphic.
No, they had one left. So with 5 seconds to go was when they attempted that kick.
61-yarder. Like, that's crazy. Also, the 2nd and 1 where it's like, just run the ball. Just run the ball and win the game ugly, and you can survive another day. And shout out Northern Illinois. I mean, that was
Go Huskies.
the greatest win in their program history.
They were the better it was not a fluke.
No.
Like, they outplayed Notre Dame
They outgained them.
the entire game.
Yeah.
That Ontario Brown, the running back.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of the. I remember when they lost to Marshall. Marshall had some running back. I'm like, I hope the Bears get him in the 4th or 5th round. Undrafted, complete, like, no future. Carved up Notre Dame. Same thing with this kid. Notre Dame, I don't know what it is. And they have recruited quarterbacks. Like they have CJ Carr in the program. He was a 5-star guy. And Gilly's been there for 3 years. He looks like more of like a traditional pocket slinger. The fact that he, like, as bad as that was going, even just like as a hockey move, like hey, we're switching the goalie. But we need a spark. We need something different.
Therein lies the problem with the NIL, because what happens with a lot of these teams is that you spend all this money on a transfer quarterback and you can't pull the plug on them because all the alumni and everyone who gave the money is like, wait, we spent how much on this guy and you're benching him after week 2? That's the problem with NIL, is like you end up handcuffing yourself to a guy you bring in that's supposed to be the savior, when you're right. Like they should, if you're a Notre Dame fan, why wouldn't you want to see what one of the young guys has and be like, hey, this year might be tough, but at least we can figure it out and have a quarterback going into next year instead of this 1-year rental that is not the future.
This is a balance. I think it's going to be harder for Notre Dame to strike than anybody else. But Notre Dame, like they played Angeli in the bowl game last year because Hartman was gone and the whole offense was, sitting out. All the seniors were sitting out. And it was a bowl game, but he looked great. He looked great, and he looked great in the spring game. This is year 3 at Notre Dame. I think he was a redshirt sophomore. But a guy who was recruited, he was a 4-star guy coming out. Like, he's a big recruit. So if you're like, this is what college football is supposed to be. It's they announced when soon as he came in, like, we're not having a quarterback competition.
Yeah, but that's exactly the problem. It's not there when you spend money on a quarterback as a 1-year fix, you don't get a true quarterback competition because no one wants to see the guy who spent how much money did they spend on Riley Leonard?
I think it was $2 million.
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
You don't want to sit him and be like, well, that was a waste. Right. So and then it becomes a problem getting the next NIL money and all that shit. So
that's $3.4 million if you count the $1.4 they paid them to play.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money to lose in order.
Fucking great.
Yeah. And what hurts the most is, like, Notre Dame obviously is no stranger to losing games.
They do this all the time, though.
Yes.
3 times. Felica had a stat in the last 3 years, or 2 years and 2 days or 2 weeks, there's been 22 home teams that have lost as double-digit favorites. Ranked teams have lost double-digit favorites. Notre Dame has 3 of them.
Yeah.
But to do it after the A&M win, man.
That's what didn't make that.
Yeah, he can't. If you could combine Marcus Freeman and Brian Kelly, you'd have a good coach. Because Marcus Freeman can win the big ones, he can't win the small ones. Brian Kelly would always win the small ones.
Yeah. I mean, this is like, I'm trying to think back the worst losses they've had. Marshall was up there. I mean, Marcus Freeman, that loss against Stanford a couple years ago too, and Stanford went 3-9. They lost at home in October. It wasn't like, hey, we're getting in the swing of things here. Like, it's week 2.
Stanford was way down.
Yeah. Way down. Then, it's like, and then that UConn loss way back when, Charlie Weiss. I think those are the losses. And it's like Marcus Freeman has 2 of them, but they'll probably still find a way to go 10-2, right in the mix for the playoffs. And people will say they got to save his job, but like this is not the standard. You might as well join a conference. You might as well join the Big Ten at this point, because if you're only Notre Dame is like, you said on your show, we play. Don't you want to win a national championship? That is completely out the fucking window. Yeah. They can't beat Northern Illinois. So I don't know what people are. People seem to love Marcus Freeman. I want to love him. It's not like he's recruiting amazing. He signs all these 5-star guys and loses them before signing day every single year. So they're
that's the case with everywhere.
He hasn't had one.
Let's pause one more time because I want to talk about Vanderhagen razors. Make the switch from a cartridge razor to a safety razor today with Vanderhagen. Safety razors allow you to get a closer, more comfortable shave. The use of one-blade razors help prevent nicks and cuts while making your skin feel smoother than ever. The best part, these blades cost as little as $1 a piece and last anywhere from 3 to 5 shaves. This will save you thousands of dollars over the years compared to the cost of cartridge razors. And Chief, where are they made?
Germany.
What part of Germany?
I don't know, Dave.
Doesn't say.
The industrial part.
Dusseldorf.
Maybe.
The blades are ice-tempered, stainless steel blades from Germany. They're sharp enough to give you the perfect shave. Ready to step up your shaving game? Get the smoothest, closest shave with our single blade and shave butter combo. Say goodbye to nicks and cuts and irritation, and hello to a shave that's almost too smooth to handle. Get a shave so smooth it should come with a warning. Perfectly close, incredibly soft this is how real men shave. Check out your local Target and Walmart to get yourself a Vanderhagen safety razor today. If you're serious about your grooming game, hit that follow button at Vanderhagen. Stay in the loop with the latest shaving tips, product drops, and exclusive giveaways. Whether you're mastering the art of the close shave or just looking to keep it fresh, our Instagram is the best in men's grooming. and it makes it all come to life. Join the community, level up your shave, and keep your style sharp.
What do you think about the fact that it's also a Notre Dame fan base problem? And I'm not blaming the fans, but it's not an intimidating place to play.
No, it's not.
And and teams go in there juiced up, like being like, "Hey, this is a
football mecca,
right?" And it's just not like the crowd is not. It's not intimidating. Like
you got a bunch of prep boy Chiefs running around out there.
Like you don't go to a Georgia, you don't go to a Michigan, Ohio State as a MAC school and like win.
Yeah,
you don't.
And that has always been the case. Like Notre Dame used to take pride, like, "Oh, we get everybody's best punch." Well, it's like, you should be able to take Northern Illinois' best punch and still win by 30.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm sure people get up to play Ohio State like, "Oh, we're a MAC school. We're playing in the the horseshoe." It's like, and the Ohio State goes out and wins by 50.
Yeah, and
it's
cool
just like
moment for Northern too. Like we'd be remiss not to.
What's their coach's name?
Thomas Hammock. I hope he's a coach at Northern forever.
I hope he's there forever. What a fucking guy!
He said it was his dream job. Like he was a player there a long time ago. And it's one of those things.
I might have my eyes on him if I still believe in Luke Fickell, but he did start his career at Wisconsin.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna.
Okay.
That's what
I got
Dorn
dibs
did.
on a couple guys.
He's the man.
Yeah.
Eck, the coach at Idaho that just beat Wyoming for the first time in 100 years. He's a Badger. I got some. I just look. I believe in Luke Fickell, but I just got my eyes out there.
It's great to have some candidates. I feel like there's nobody out there is like a good candidate for Notre Dame.
They should honestly, like, that would be cool if college football, like if you are a certain level, if you're a MAC school, if you're a G5 school, and you beat a top 5 opponent on the road, you immediately get their job.
I like that.
Take them.
Like Thomas Hammock is now the head coach of Notre Dame.
And for how many people that grew up in the area and went to Northern because obviously they did the grades to go to Notre Dame and they grew up hating Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
What a day for you.
Shout out Route 38. Great day for the far west. Yeah.
What a day for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was the, like I said, I mean, outside of Jordan Lynch being a Heisman finalist, like that was the biggest
huge
NIU history.
Yeah.
It
was.
Good for them. If I was going to lose to a MAC school, I'm glad it was North.
Glad it was.
Genuinely.
We got to touch on too. White Sox Dave went out, and I went out Friday to the Duke.
Do you want to go to Wisconsin Northwestern on the lake?
Probably not.
You're nuts. It's an incredible atmosphere. It is awesome. I'm not kidding. Ed can talk about it.
It was about as excited I've seen Dave about sports in a year or 2 years.
Couple of years,
and then as mad as I've seen in a long time.
It was a great feeling to be pissed again.
Yeah.
I haven't been pissed
It
at
does
my
look
team.
cool, but Wisconsin will probably lose that game. I don't want to be there. I'm already going to the Bama.
I don't know that.
Oh.
With all due respect to Northwestern,
Their
really
offense
like
is
a lot what
very
they're doing,
big.
but their quarterback is tough.
Yeah, I mean, Wisconsin hasn't looked good against 2 very bad teams.
Who do they got this week?
Alabama?
Yeah.
At home.
Madhouse.
Yeah, I'm going. I don't want to go, but I'm going. I'd agreed to go with some friends like a year ago, and now that we're here, I'm just like, I'm going to spend 6 hours in the car.
Who was the coach when
on
they scheduled
Saturday.
that game?
I don't know when it was
8
scheduled.
years,
Yeah.
But here's the
Probably was
bright
Paul
side.
Christ.
You have 6 days to figure out if you can deactivate your Twitter.
Well, this is we all do this in this room. Like I'm going to spend the next 6 days being like, maybe, like by Friday, I'm like, we could win this game. Like maybe a punt return.
Hey,
yeah.
I watched
not
Bama
good.
play this weekend, South Florida. They didn't look like a typical Bama. Like
We're not typical Wisconsin.
I haven't watched
our
a snap
defensive
of
line is
Wisconsin,
just
though.
getting like washed out. And
Really?
Bad.
bad.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe talk to me on Friday.
Maybe.
I'll have a game plan to win this game.
I got like the pumpkin patch talk this weekend.
Yeah,
She's like, well, and I'm like, well, yeah, well, Saturdays are basically free. So
It's September.
That sucks.
they could still win out.
who cares?
They would make the playoff.
Who cares?
Yeah, but they would make the playoff.
First of all, they're not beating USC at the end of the year.
Probably not.
They'll probably
They get up for those games, though.
Can they still make the playoff?
Yes.
They go
11-1. They'll make the playoff.
Even with a loss like that? Because I've been
Especially-
thinking.
Well, NIU's ranked now.
Yeah. So
25th. So I mean, NIU's got one more. I think they have they play NC State. Like if NIU somehow wins that game,
they get a rematch.
NC State's ranked 2, I'm pretty sure.
no,
they
not
got-
anymore. They
they
got
They got
killed,
smoked.
Did they?
Yeah.
killed by
Bounced.
Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah.
52-10.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
I like
in
Dave
the-
Dorn.
I think the 7 was pick 6.
He's an NIU guy.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah. Okay, we got another voicemail.
Yeah, would you want to do halftime or after the game? Or one of my personal favorites?
Let's go personal favorite.
just kind of shows how ridiculous some Bears fans are.
Bob Malinowski here from the Northwest Side. The NFL dumbs down the kickoff rule to make it no kickoff, and Bayless Jones finds a way to do
What is he doing?
Mars. Grab my beer.
That was the whole point.
Good point.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, he had a,
Yeah.
there is no kickoff, and he still fucked up a kickoff.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's tough to do.
Insane.
Marge gave him his beer.
Yeah. All right, we want to do a post game?
A little more positive.
Okay.
Eddie, the boys, I love what you guys do, but are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What a game. I was so out on the Chicago Bears about 2 hours ago. Wanted to draft a QB this year, you know, what's his face in college looked good last night. Can't even think straight. The Bears just fucking pulled it out. I mean, the defense is back. This team is just, we need to be a whole lot better on offense if we stand a fucking chance in hell the rest of the year. But that defense, those special teams, aside from Velus Jones Jr., if his locker is not cleared out by tomorrow morning, then I don't even know what to do. I'm so sick and tired of that guy putting the ball on the floor. He's done it time in and time out, but he's still on this team, and I don't fucking know why. But anyways, huge game by the special teams, huge game by the defense. Offense needs to figure it out and figure it out quick if we're going to stand a chance the rest of the year. Love what you guys do. Go Bears. Bear down.
We should have also mentioned, Jordan Love.
Yep.
Happy he's not really hurt. I think we all were rooting for him to not be really hurt. But, yeah, I mean, that listen, if he's out for a month and they don't tread water, like that, the division looks a lot
It'll
different.
Get away from you
a
quick.
lot different. I mean, the Lions look awesome.
Yep.
Darnold actually looked pretty good.
How'd you say his name?
Yeah. What was that?
Darnold.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Darnold.
thrown to some insane receivers. I think he's going to have a good year. But, like, if the Packers, I don't know, how long is he out?
They said I
3
saw
to 6.
3 to 6.
So let's say let's call it 4, and they start 1-4. Like,
Yeah.
now the division looks a lot different.
Colts, Titans, Vikings,
That's their next
Rams.
All right, so they can win a couple of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really rolling Malik Willis.
No, I feel like they're going to bring in Tannehill.
Someone said
said
during
they're
the
not.
stream that they
Yeah.
said they're not
It was
bringing it.
Pelissero too.
yeah.
They're not
Really?
expected to go after him. Yeah, which
That's crazy.
very crazy. Malik Willis is one of the biggest enigmas of the last decade.
Yeah.
How did that guy get so much?
He was a great in shorts guy, I think.
Yeah.
By the way, that Colts game for us is
Underwear
going to be a
Olympics.
must-win.
Yeah.
If we lose, like I think we're going to lose to the Texans because the Rams are good.
Yep.
So starting 2-2 with the Panthers on deck would be very important.
Yeah. Have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we said that.
That's why Sunday was so
Yeah.
big.
And we said last week that like these first 5, you kind of have to like work the kinks out before the back half. That's
Right.
Where it's you just play the division every week for the last 8 weeks, basically.
But if we're sitting here 0-1 and we lose to the Texans 0-2, and then you got the Colts who
away.
are a good team,
Yeah.
like they're a scrappy team, and then the Rams who are I think a playoff team, like could have been bad real quick. So that was fuck. Don't apologize for 1-0.
That was it was a big win.
Yeah.
We got any others?
Yeah, we got our callers really liked to roast Chief. We got another one of him getting roasted for Notre
Great.
Dame.
Great.
This goes to Chief. Notre Dame sucks.
Yep.
They haven't been relevant since 1988. Join a conference. Notre Dame is terrible. A loser of a program. Join a conference.
I've never understood the people who are so adamant that Notre Dame join a conference.
I don't get that either.
I don't get it. This year, fine, because USC is in the Big Ten, so you want to be a national program, play West Coast teams. You want to have USC. Now that can be your conference game, whatever. But I don't even fucking care. Like this year, the schedule is so pathetic where everyone's like, they're overrated, they don't play anybody, and they should join a conference. Well, now they have 2 MAC schools. They already lost in one of them, both service academies. It's a pathetic schedule. If you're going to have this schedule and these results, might as well fucking pack it in. Be 8-4, be a better version of Purdue, because that's what they're shaping up to be.
Ooh, tough words from Barstool Chief about the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
I guess quickly, like the Cubs are officially dead.
Yeah.
Like officially.
So I have a future on them.
Yeah.
Make the playoffs. I put it in like a month ago. And
there's your answer.
What? They got hot after that. They cut it to 3 after that. They were 7 when I made the bet. And now I think last night I can cash that out for $4.15.
Oh,
nice. Did you take it?
No, I didn't take it.
Yeah, I didn't even. I mean, as soon as we lost the first 2 games to the Yankees, I was like, all right.
Yep.
And they lost last night too. Yeah.
No, they won.
They won
yesterday.
The White Sox won a game yesterday.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Huge.
Officially have 111 losses.
Okay.
They're gonna break the record.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they have to go. I think 11-9 from here on out to not break the record.
Not break the record.
They're not. I mean,
they're gonna smash the record.
They're gonna lose it. They're probably gonna win 2 more games, 3 more.
Yeah.
If that, 3 more games.
Smash the record.
They're gonna. Anything you like tonight, Dan?
I think I'm gonna bet on the Jets. I don't know. Probably stupid. My theory is basically based off of teams that have these holdouts. You know, you saw the Bengals look terrible. You know, Debo, Brandon Ayuk, Trent Williams. I feel like it's gonna be clunky, and the Jets defense is elite. So
yeah,
I'm gonna take the Jets +4.
Such an interesting team. I just want to. I don't know.
I'm excited for the game. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Such a good game. Such a good Monday night game.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad they didn't do the 2 Monday night games this year.
They do it. They do it later.
Oh,
like,
they are?
There's a couple times where I think we
Okay.
have double Monday nights.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Predictions for Sunday, because we won't talk to everyone until Monday.
So
Like a score, or if they win.
Score and win.
Okay.
I thought that in my head, I thought it was going to be flipped. I had a feeling they were going to lose week 1, the Bears, just because of all the hype, and I thought it was going to be a weird fluky game, and I thought they were going to come back and win week 2, the game nobody thought they were going to win. I think that they're going to win this. I think.
What? I have it like 24-17 Texans probably. I think the offense will look better because it can't look worse.
Mm-hmm.
But the Texans offense is just that you're not playing the Titans offense.
Yeah. I agree. I'm going to say 27-21 Texans. I think the offense will get better. It's one of those things where like Shelton, like not even just physically, his brain was just shut off. So if he can just have like a normal, like, hey, don't triple team that guy and leave the A gap wide open, moments like that, maybe
high school shit.
Yeah. So clean up the high school shit. And
that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like weirdly okay with.
And I did look. They're saying DJ Moore said on the radio today that Keenan Allen's fine.
Okay,
so he didn't come
good.
back. So they said he's just an old man. His heel, he's fine.
Okay.
So
Good.
I'm gonna go Texans 21-17. Primetime unders are undefeated until otherwise.
What is it?
So
Yeah.
the over under.
Yeah, 45.5. I'm going to say 27-24.
Wait, what's the line?
I'll pull it up.
+6.5 for the Bears.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. +6. Yeah, and that's 45.5.
Where are they in the money line? Whatever.
It's like 2
+235.
Okay.
Dave's good.
I like them.
Dave's
I like them.
hitting +235.
There you go, Dave.
I am ungrounded as of this weekend from gambling. I got
Nice.
to gamble this week. I was grounded, self-inflicted, but this week
Responsible.
Yeah, you said you should be grounded until New Year's.
I had to replace my HVAC.
Okay.
And that was like $15,000 that I did not expect to have to just drop.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing now that obviously we could talk about all Chicago shit on this too? White Sox Dave tried to tell me Friday that Buffalo Joe's wings are bigger than Bird's Nest. Isn't that crazy,
as a
Dan?
brand?
Oh, just like
the size.
Oh.
size. He tried to tell me that Buffalo Joe's wings
What are you
big.
saying?
No.
What are you saying?
I haven't had Buffalo.
Buff Joe's is known for tiny wings.
Yes.
So is Bird's Nest.
No. They're
Bird's
regular
Nest
wings.
absolutely is.
No, they aren't. They're regular wings. Buff Joe's is literally like you can eat 30 wings.
Yes.
You can do that at Bird's Nest.
No,
too.
you can. Okay.
I had Bird's Nest last
There's
night.
no way you can eat 30 wings at Bird's Nest.
I bet you I
New
could.
White Sox Day
All right.
challenge.
All right,
We
great.
have to do this like
Yeah.
soon.
All right. Great.
I could easily eat 30 Bird's Nest wings.
I mean, you could, but you'll be sick and eat 30
I don't
Buff
think you're doing
Joe's.
30.
The Buff Joe's is like 30 easy.
Yes.
I could do 30 easy at both of them. So look, that's my biggest
30 wings is so much.
No, like go down the
4
street.
pounds
I
of
go to
chicken, dude.
When I
Go
go to
down-
Bird's Nest, I order 20 and I usually finish like maybe 14.
Go to Hooters and a dozen, you're full for a week.
I think Dave could do it on an empty stomach, and if he doesn't eat anything else.
He's going to be in pain.
It'll definitely be a struggle. I did it. I was there last night. I want to take a picture, but I just didn't want to argue with you all night. So I decided
You're actually the most wrong ever. For a man who's been known to be wrong.
I've been to Buff Joe's maybe 5 times, and I don't think
They're
since
tiny,
like 2019
they're
pandemic. Or whenever the last time we went up there.
That was
2019.
I think
that's the whole point. You just fucking pop them in.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that, but that's how birds. If you go down the street to Output, they're steroid fat, disgusting.
The output ones are bigger. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
but I'm not saying Bird's Nest has jumbo wings. I'm saying they're just the perfectly average size of wings. Buff Joe's is known for being tiny wings, which I love. Buff Joe's, but that's what they're known for.
They're both great.
Yes, they're both great.
They're absolutely
they're both fantastic wings. When I get chicken wings, and this is something that Eddie and I disagree with, I like the fat steroid wing. So that's my standard
to go to
wing.
Nuts.
So you go to Bird's Nest to me is smaller than most wings I'm usually ordering.
Wing Nuts are big wings.
Is that fair?
Really?
Tell me that's fair. Tell me that's fair.
Bird's Nest is smaller.
I think
they're perfectly average. Like the perfect average wing size.
They're what you would get size wise.
Yeah, if you
I
order
agree with that.
100 wings places, the average would be Bird's
that is correct. That it's the average wing.
He did reserve the right to be wrong.
Really big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. That's how it goes.
You like a big meaty wing.
Yes.
All right.
It was just conversations in Evanston me and Dave were having. I was like, I need people to get in on.
I haven't been to Buffalo Joe's in forever. So
when was the last time you were at Bird's Nest?
Not long.
Okay.
I mean, I go to Bird's Nest probably half dozen times.
Let's go for Monday Night Football tonight.
Yeah.
Arlington Heights one's fantastic.
Yeah.
They opened up. I forgot about
Joe's or Bird's Nest.
Bird's Nest. That's one I went to. I drove past Jerry's house.
Okay.
Saw it. It's got a nice little sign in the on the grass.
He's got a Trump sign. I love it.
I sent it to him, and he loved it. Yeah. I was like, the haters are serious.
How big is this sign? Is it normal yard? Okay, all right.
Normal.
Just that,
I could see him putting up a billboard.
Yeah, he's just. It was fun. It made me laugh.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see everyone on Monday. Let's try to get a win in Houston.
Let's do it. Bear down.
Bear down.